Why play pin the tail on a donkey when you don't have a donkey? Never can tell. Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The New York Knicks are enjoying their best season in many moons, due largely to the form of their all-star Julius Randle. But the Knicks have been in the news over the past few days for negative reasons, following an incident involving one of their greatest ever players, the Jamaica-born former center Patrick Ewing. It has emerged that Ewing has complained of being harassed by security guards at the Knicks' iconic Madison Square Garden home. Reports are that last Thursday, after coaching Georgetown to a thrilling win over Villanova in the College Big East tournament, Ewing had a series of run-ins with stadium security. This is what the 11-time All-Star said.
I thought this was my building, and I feel terrible that I'm getting stopped, accosted, asking for passes. Everybody in this building should know who the hell I am. And I'm getting stopped. I can't move around this building. Like I was like, what the hell? Is this Madison Square Garden? I'm going to have to call Mr. Dolan and say, geez, is my number in the rafters or what?
Who are you indeed? Ewing's former Knicks teammate Charles Oakley had an infamous physical altercation with security at MSG back in 2017, leading him to file a civil lawsuit. Now, this is what Charles Oakley has been saying about the Ewing matter. He said, "This man, James Dolan, the Knicks owner, offered you, Patrick Ewing, a D-League job. There's no respect behind your name. Why are you mad now because they asked you for your credentials when they offered you a D-League job? That's when the respect went out the window." Film director and lifelong Knicks fan Spike Lee also had an altercation with Knicks security after he was suddenly told he was no longer welcome to use the stadium entrance he had been using for, check this, 28 years. So the question for the panel is, does the security team at Madison Square Garden have a problem or what?
I actually, and I know y'all are going to disagree with me, so I'll still give you my point anyways. I actually want to give the security guard a break and just say that, you know, we're in a pandemic, and obviously Patrick Ewing is going to be coming into the arena with a mask. So asking for, you know, the security was just doing his job. And, you know, many would say, but you should know who this person is. But I would also like to ask if when the security people are being hired, is it a requirement that they know the history of the NBA and the history of all the players that played for the team before? Most times security guards, you know, they don't really know who other players are. And if it continues to be an issue, then maybe they need to take a crash course or something. So I would give them some leeway and say that, one, it's the pandemic and maybe the mask they didn't know. Two, they were just doing their job. Three, maybe they just genuinely did not know. And I mean, Patrick Ewing hasn't played for about 21 years, so he's not somebody that they would be seeing all the time, right? Go, Lance.
Well, these stories continue to happen. There was an incident at Sabina Park some years ago where Courtney Walsh was not being allowed to go into, one elevator or something to go upstairs. I hear of a story in Trinidad and Tobago where Hasely Crawford was prevented from going into a certain section of the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Yeah. So these stories continue to happen. I understand how Patrick Ewing feels, and Charles Oakley is making a good point here from the standpoint of the respect that they have for him and how they have treated him from many, many years ago. So I don't know that this is going to end. I think security people have a job to do, and to be fair to them, they are tasked with the responsibility of carrying out their jobs, of keeping their area secure and so on. And sometimes they get strict guidelines as to what to do and what not to do. But when it comes to big mega superstars like these, there has to be an acknowledgement at some point of these men.
Yeah, so
where are you on this?
The examples you cited, Lance, of Hasely Crawford in TNT and Courtney Walsh into at Sabina Park, wasn't it his own end or something like that he was going through? I think so. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So Walsh, there. Those were isolated incidents.
Yeah.
What we've seen and what we've just spoken of is a pattern of behavior by security at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
If it is that you don't know Patrick Ewing, for whatever strange reason you don't know Patrick Ewing, fine. You don't know Spike Lee, who's been using the same entrance for 28 years, and is anybody who doesn't, you don't even have to be a basketball fan to know that, oh, that man is the man that loves the New York Knicks, the Spike Lee. So I'm saying the security team at Madison Square Garden, I think there's an issue there. Where Patrick Ewing is concerned, even if Patrick Ewing comes into the building and has on a mask, when he's on the bench with the team and coaching and then walking around, and you say, okay, you have to show me your credentials to be able to access here, I don't care who you are. That's the point I have a problem with, because if LeBron James is on the floor at MSG in his Lakers uniform, and he comes off in the Lakers uniform and wants to move from one area to the next, and you have to have credentials to pass, you're going to allow him to pass because you're going to say it's LeBron James. If he puts on street clothes and comes, you're going to let him. But some security guards are going to tell you that, yeah, even though I know you are LeBron James, you don't have a card, you can't come through, and they said I must not let anybody through who doesn't have credentials. So the security guards have their own personal issue. But many times the security guards are over officious. And not even to say over officious, because to be officious means that you're overdoing being official and respecting the rules. So you're officious, yeah?
So the extra.
Yes, so it's and I've seen it firsthand inside these NBA stadiums with people going through, some people going through without credentials, some people they're stopped and asked for credentials to go through. So I'm saying, for someone like Patrick Ewing, even if you've never watched a basketball game in your life, you should know who Patrick Ewing is. And if you don't know, and he's coming through, I mean, good Lord, there must be some recognition. Remember, this isn't happening in the Dallas Stadium, you know, or in New Orleans, or in Atlanta. This is Madison Square Garden, New York.
But then it points to the management and those, you know, in charge of the security team. Maybe they should do something to educate them moving forward, put things in place. So I feel like all fingers are being pointed at management.
Yeah. Is there an issue of awareness though? Because a lot of these issues have happened over generations. So maybe we are overestimating some of these security guards to know that they will know who some of these people are.
No, but I'm saying, no man, if you listen again, the Spike Lee issue again.
Yeah, well, that's
even though Spike Lee said, but everybody knows Spike Lee, the man said, I don't care who you are, you can't use it. That's the point I'm making. And I'm saying, I've seen people say that, yeah, but this is Patrick Ewing. I'm an official here, and I can vote for this is Patrick Ewing. I say, yeah, even though you can vote for him, he doesn't have a credential, and they say nobody without credentials can come through.
Okay, I know we have to go, but Lance, can you imagine George coming through the building and security says, listen, I need to see your ID?
No, that will never happen.
No,
you mean SportsMax?
Yeah.
That will never happen.
I would love to see that happen. I have to talk to security.
Scores of the games played on Sunday night in the NBA, I tell you. Thunder, Warriors, 76ers, Heat, Hawks, Celtics, Timberwolves, Bulls, Pelicans, all on the winning team.